Now that we have explored the high-level flow diagram and understand the process in our previous video, let's dive into step-by-step configuration on AWS. I will guide you through each steps in detail to ensure you can seamlessly follow along with me. So let's get started. We shall start with exploring HTML pages created for Lux Beauty Parlor on local system. This website consists of 4 main pages. First, we have the home page, name index.html. This page serves as an entry point to the website. Next up is the service.html page. Here, visitor can explore detailed information about the different services provided by the parlor. Moving on, we have the gallery.html page. This section showcases a collection of images highlighting the parlor work. Lastly, we have the contact us page, name contactus.html, where visitor can easily get in touch with the parlor. Now, let's access the AWS console. Once you are logged in, you will see the main dashboard. If you haven't signed up for AWS account yet, you can find the link in video description. Throughout the video, we will be utilizing 4 AWS key services. To make it accessible them easily, let's create shortcuts. First, search for the S3 service and click on Start icon to it to add it to your favorite. Then do the same for Certificate Manager, CloudFront, and Route 53. Now you will see all 4 service shortcuts are available in the header for quick access. We shall begin by accessing the S3 services in AWS console. From there, click on Create Bucket to initiate the process. Select the appropriate region for your bucket. I am looking to deploy on US, so I will choose US East, but you should select the region closest to your audience. Now give your bucket name, ideally matching your website's domain name. This ensures easily identification. Scroll down and temporarily deselect the option to block all public access. We will come back to this later. Enable bucket versioning to keep track of changes made to your file over time. In the tag section, add a tag with application as the key and your website's domain as the value. Leave the advanced setting as is and proceed to create the bucket. Once the bucket is created, navigate to Permission tab and scroll down to Bucket Policy. Apply a default policy for now. We will refine this later. You can find this policy in video description. Although we have temporarily allowed public access, we will need to restrict it later. Only users with valid URLs should be allowed to access the content. To do this, edit the settings and select Block all public access. Now let's deploy our website content. Navigate to Object section of your bucket and begin uploading your HTML, JavaScript, and CSS files. You can view the progress here. Once all your website content is uploaded, review it to ensure everything is in place. Wait until it's fully uploaded. Click on the destination link to navigate to the bucket. Now that we have created an S3 bucket and deploy our code, let's move on creating CloudFront distribution to enhance content delivery and performance globally. This setup allows us to initially access our website via CloudFront and later through a domain URL. To start, navigate to CloudFront and select Create Distribution. In the Origin domain field, choose the S3 bucket you have created. For Origin access, select Origin Access Control Setting, as this is the recommended option. Next, let's create a new Origin access by clicking on Create New OSE. Use the same name as our S3 bucket and click Create. Ensure that the origin access control reflect the value you have selected. It is essential to ensure that the website is accessible only via HTTPS. To achieve this, select Redirect HTTP to HTTPS. Keep all other settings as they are. For the default root object, set it to index.html to ensure users are redirected to appropriately. Click on the Create Distribution button. Oops, I forgot to select firewall setting. Let's choose Do not enable security protection and click on Create Distribution. Finally, copy bucket policy and update the bucket policy in S3 bucket to ensure secure access to the website content exclusively through CloudFront. As CloudFront is deploying, update the bucket policy, go to your S3 bucket, navigate to permission, and edit the bucket policy with the copied policy, and save the changes. Navigate to CloudFront, and you will see our CloudFront distribution has been successfully deployed. Within CloudFront, copy the distribution domain name to verify the website accessibility. Amazingly, the website loads successfully. Now let's navigate through the services, gallery, and contact us pages. Everything appears to be working as expected. Next, it's time to configure the domain name you purchase. In my domain, it's GoDaddy, so that you can access the website using the actual URL. Navigate to Route 53 and select Hosting Zone. Here, we shall create a hosting zone to manage DNS setting and obtain the necessary name server value for configuration. Add the domain name and in the tag section, create a new tag with application as the key and your website domain name as a value. Then click on Create Hosting Zone. Now, the hosting zone is created with the default route value. Navigate to your domain provider's website and update the DNS setting with the name server values obtained from Route 53. To do this, in domain setting, select Manage DNS and then click on Name Servers. Instead of using the default name servers, choose to change them by selecting I will use my own name servers. Next, go to Route 53 and copy all 4 Route 53 name server records. Return to your domain provider's website and update the name server with this value one by one. It's time to obtain an HTTPS certificate for the website's domain name. Navigate to the Certificate Manager service and click on Request a Certificate. Keep the default option Public Certificate selected and click Next. Enter the domain name for which you are requesting the certificate. In the tag section, create a new tag with application as the key and the website domain as the value. Click Request. After refreshing the screen, wait a few minutes for the certificate to be verified. While waiting, create a type CNAME record in Route 53 from the Certificate Manager to validate domain ownership. Click on the certificate ID and proceed to create records in Route 53. This will include a CNAME entry in Route 53. Click on Create Record. Check the status. It's still showing as a pending verification. Let's go to Route 53. Select your hosting zone and confirm CNAME entry is available. Return to the Certificate Manager to verify the status. It's now shown as issued. Note that renewal eligibility may take a few days to become active. Now that we have requested the SSL certificate, let's update the certificate in CloudFront to ensure secure HTTP communication between the CloudFront distribution and the end user accessing the website. Navigate to CloudFront distribution setting, add the alternate domain name with your domain name. Under Custom SSL Certificate, select the certificate you requested, then click Save Changes to apply the update. Now let's move to Route 53 and choose your hosting zone to create a type A record to route traffic to the CloudFront distribution. Within your hosting zone, select Create Record, enable alias and choose the endpoint alias to CloudFront distribution. Then select your CloudFront URL for the distribution. After creating the record, you can verify that they are now available. Now that everything seems to be correctly configured, let's browse the URL to verify website accessibility. Hooray! The website loaded successfully. Now, let's navigate to the page Services, Gallery, and Contact Us pages. Everything worked as expected. Ensure proper website redirection. Let me try accessing the website using HTTP. It automatically redirects to HTTPS, which is the desired behavior. Let me also try accessing the website using www. This results in error, indicating a potential issue that need to be resolved. To make the website accessible with www, we need to make changes in both S3 bucket and Route 53. First, navigate to your S3 bucket and access the Properties section. Scroll down to Static Website Hosting and enable it. Set the hosting type to redirect request for an object. Enter your domain name in the host name field. Save the changes. Next, go to Route 53 and select your hosting zone. Create a new record with the name www and enable alias. For the endpoint, select alias to S3 website endpoint and choose the region where your S3 bucket is deployed. Finally, select your S3 bucket and create record. Once we have completed all configuration, let me test accessing the website using HTTPS, HTTP, and www. Finally, let's quickly navigate to the service page, gallery, and contact us page. Now everything is working as expected. That's a wrap up of deploying a static website on AWS console and configuring it with your domain provider. If you found this video helpful, please give us a like and subscribe for more content like this. Do you have any question or need more detail about any step mentioned? Drop your question in comment below. I will make sure to reply and help you out.